And Faye Epps. We're,
Hello.
we're having a little fun today. We're trying out one of these Instagram filters, and I love it. Craziness in the background. We need some music now.
And welcome, Facebook, learning about essential oils.
hmm
Um, Today, well, first, for those of you on Instagram, if you're not in our Facebook group, come on over and
Yes,
join learning about essential
you're
oils.
really missing out on the
Yeah, we have a
fun.
lot of info,
Yeah,
giveaways.
yeah.
Yeah, so come on over. Also, we want to make sure you guys mark next Wednesday,
hmm
right?
hmm
5:30
The
p.m.
19th
the 19th
of
for our
October.
online event,
Yes,
our online
yes.
presentation. And it's on,
How to lose weight permanently.
well, 5 keys to healthy metabolism so that you can lose weight.
There you go.
Yes,
Said politically correctly.
exactly. T-
Compliantly.
Today, though, I've have gotten a few questions, and I wanted to answer a couple of them. And for any of you that have questions, please direct message me or PM me if you're on Facebook and ask me your question, and I'll be happy to answer questions on our Facebook Live. And I've gotten this one several times, so I thought it was important to address it. And actually, two questions. So one is, does grapefruit essential oil interact with medications? And two, the second question, what does the expiration date mean on the bottom of the essential oil bottle?
hmm
Is the oil still good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good questions.
Yeah. And so the first one, grapefruit essential oil. Many people are concerned because they were told by their doctor not to use grapefruit, not to eat the grapefruit or drink juice. And the reason is that there are chemical compounds in the pulp and the juice that interfere with an enzyme that metabolize certain medications like cholesterol medication, blood pressure medication, sometimes some antidepressant medications. And it doesn't break the medication down, so a higher amount of the medication goes into the blood. And so it messes with dosage, right? And so it is a concern, right? But you do not have to be worried about the grapefruit essential oil. The essential oil comes from the peel. And the chemical composition of the essential oil that's coming, it's cold pressed from the peel, is different than the juice or the fruit. And that compound, they're actually called furanocoumarins. Those compounds are not found in the essential oil, or if they are in such minuscule amounts that they will not have an effect. And in
hmm
fact, when you look at the major constituents of grapefruit, it's almost 94% limonene.
Mm.
And then the next closest amount by percentage is myrcene, which is 1.9%, and then alpha pinene, which is
Whoa,
0.54%.
so 94% of it
Yes,
is
limonene.
limonene? Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
Yeah, and so if there is any of those furanocoumarins in there, it is such negligible amount, it is not going to affect anything. So
Hmm.
rest assured, it is safe to use grapefruit essential oil in any of the blends, like our new MetaPower metabolic blend that we will talk about more next week on our online event
Yeah,
having to do with weight loss.
yeah,
That does contain grapefruit, and no problem.
yeah.
You are good.
But that's only for doTERRA oils, everyone. So we're not talking about essential oils in general with regard to that. We're only talking about doTERRA
Well,
grapefruit.
yes, exactly.
And
Whenever
whenever
I'm
we're talking about
speaking,
oils,
that's right.
we're talking about
As as
doTERRA.
far as the purity,
Yeah.
the chemical composition, the consistency from batch to batch, we are talking about doTERRA.
Right.
And that's a really good point for the next question
Okay.
about expiration dates and once do I have to get rid of the oil? Okay. So again, this is only for or pertaining to doTERRA essential oils because of the purity of the essential oils and free from contaminants, free from carrier oils, most of them, except if it's on the label. And the chemical composition, right, we know is tested.
I'm gonna do
The
something. I'm taking my glasses off because the reflection is totally messing up your eyes. I mean, no
Oh,
one can see you look like you're on in a spaceship or something.
oh,
So,
well,
and your eyes don't need
well,
that. So there you go.
that's but anyways, why is there even an expiration on the bottom of the bottle? And so the essential oils marked for internal use need to have an expiration date to fulfill regulatory requirements. Now, if you notice on doTERRA bottles, all the bottles have expiration dates, though. I think it's just kind of easier to do, batches at a time. And so,
Well, labels, it's labels.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's actually stamped.
Oh,
It's
okay,
actually
okay, oh,
stamped.
okay, great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it is
So,
easier. Yeah.
yeah. And so, however, though, and this is coming from doTERRA science, the very nature and structure of essential oils makes them extremely stable. Shelf life testing that has been performed has shown that essential oils maintain their efficacy for even after 5 to 10 years or longer.
Wow.
Now, I know when I used to buy my essential oils from other places like the Body Shop or the health food store, and I'd forget about them. They'd be pushed in the back of a cupboard, and then I'd clean out the cupboard and I'd find this essential oil and I go to smell it. It just doesn't smell right. Smells rancid.
Yeah.
And so I always used to think, well, essential oils just get rancid.
Yeah.
And no, what it
Oils go
is
bad.
that, again, that purity of the essential oil because gosh,
Well,
90% of oils on the market are adulterated, and even though it says 100% pure on the label, they actually are usually diluted with some kind of carrier oil or have been extended through the use of castor oil, which is not detected on tests. And so it's these oils that go rancid.
yeah, and we just want to, unfortunately, it's a misnomer. Essential oils are not really oils in the sense of
Right.
lipids. So their molecular structure is not oil. They are oil
Loving.
adaptable,
No, oil
or
loving,
loving.
like
They don't
both.
love oils.
Yes, yes, they are
They're
attracted.
oil
No,
like
Joel, they're
So let's say
lipophilic.
yes, okay. So they
So,
are
so
compatible with oils. They
they
mix well with oils,
they
but
mix
they
with
are
oil.
not oils. So therefore, they cannot go rancid. Pure essential oils cannot go rancid.
Right, and the chemical structure, right? Chemical structure can degrade over time, but they keep their efficacy for 5 to 10 years or even longer.
Yeah.
Now, storing essential oils properly is important in ensuring that the essential oils maintain their efficacy, okay, and beneficial properties over time. So, one, store the oils at room temperature. Avoid exposure to extreme temperatures, like leaving oils in your car during the summer, or window seals, or right where they're exposed to direct sun. Now, what's interesting, because we used to always think if they got exposed to extreme temperature, then the oil was no longer usable. But these oils are pretty amazing. Studies have shown, though, that when they're exposed to high temperature and then they're cooled, let to go back to room temperature, the molecules go back to the way that they were supposed to be. So even that is kind of iffy, but but don't risk it. Just keep it, if you happen
Yeah.
to leave
Yeah,
it
keep them
in
out
a
of the
hot
heat.
car for a short period of time,
Right.
know that just let them cool and they'll be
Right.
okay.
Right. The biggest danger is the evaporation problem.
Then avoid exposing the oils to direct sunlight or other UV sources.
Is that number two?
Three, that's
Okay.
number two. Three, prevent prolonged exposure to oxygen,
Hmm.
which can cause oxidation.
Hmm.
So as you're using an oil, so for instance, this is grapefruit,
Yeah.
and right now it's down to this level.
Hmm.
So this potentially can be exposed, right? Could be air.
Hmm.
Because we use this oil so frequently and quickly, it's not a concern. But
Right.
if it's an oil that you don't use that often, then what's recommended as it gets to be about the halfway mark, you transfer it into a smaller bottle,
Yeah.
and so that it's not exposed to the air. And the other one is tightly secure caps after each use to prevent evaporation.
Hmm.
The citrus oils are very light and
Hmm.
evaporate very easily.
Yeah.
So those are ones to really watch out for. And those are ones that are more easily oxidized by oxygen.
Yeah.
So keep the lid tight. Use it frequently. If you know you're not going to be using it and it's more than halfway empty, switch it to a smaller container. Avoid direct exposure to light and don't leave your oils in the hot car. And with keeping all these in mind, then you'll be able to enjoy your oils for many years.
Yeah.
Although if you're like us, there are many oils that we use on a regular basis.
Oh
So
yeah.
our turnover time for a lot of the oils, some once a month
Yeah.
or
Once
once
a
every
couple
other
times a
month.
month. Yeah.
But there are some that we don't use very
Yeah.
often. And so it is nice to know that they're sitting in our pantry,
Right.
in a box,
Yep.
in room
Protected.
temperature, out of sunlight, and that they're good.
Yeah. We can
Yep,
come back and use them years from now.
exactly. So, with that, I would love to hear from you guys. Any questions that you have, just DM us or Facebook message me, or for those that have my cell number, go ahead and text me your questions, and I'll be happy to try to answer them to the best of my abilities.
All
And
right.
please, if you would like the link to register for next week's online event on weight loss and healthy metabolism, comment and we will get that link to you.
Well, I think you are doing an amazing job, but we have to hype this just a little bit more about next week
Yeah.
because we are talking about a revolution in healthcare, everybody. And I know it's going to come off a little bit hyperbolic, as they say, but sometimes things are really that good and you really do have to take advantage of it. We are a little over 2 weeks, 3 weeks into our first experience with the new Meta Power system. And I'm telling you, man, some of my jeans are not fitting as tightly as they were 2 weeks ago.
I
It's
know.
crazy.
I was excited. I had a pair of jeans I haven't worn probably since the pandemic,
Wow.
and they were getting a little too snug over these last couple of years, and I was able to wear them yesterday.
Wow. After only 2.5
Yeah,
weeks,
almost three
3
weeks.
weeks
Yeah,
of using the system.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah, so you got to check this out. I mean, you owe it to yourself. If you are concerned about brain fog, if you're concerned about weight loss, if you're concerned about aches and pains, if you're
Healthy
concerned about
aging.
aging, how to look
Yeah,
better for longer,
that's right.
you got to check this out. This is the holy grail of natural health, in my opinion. It's okay.
Yeah.
I said my piece.
Absolutely. So we
Okay.
hope to see you.
Okay.
We'll still be on next
Next week?
Wednesday,
Yeah, next
4
Monday at 4 o'clock.
p.m.
Yeah, yeah,
Pacific
yeah.
time.
One more pitch for the
And then we'll
presentation.
see you on the online event.
Yes,
So
yes.
till then, thank you for joining.
Hmm.
Give us some hearts, like us, comment. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And
What we talked about today was direct result of your participation and
yeah,
engagement, and your asking us questions. And so we just wanted to bring it out to everybody.
yep.
so that everybody can learn.
So till next week,
All right.
peace out.
Peace out, everybody.